Alright, so I got some kind of crazy rage deal today. Like, I don't even know what this is. It's like not complex enough to be super trap, but it's like too iffy to be regular rage, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, follow me on IG at @therealtrifreeze. I really mean a lot. And join the Discord, man. Again, link in the description like I say every single video. And without further ado, man, let's go and hop into this. Alright, so to start this off, man, you want to find some kind of like ignorant lead. It's like super layered and stuff like that. I found it in Serum. I am not going to try to pronounce that. I just made this pattern right here. All I really did was just put down this like bass line right here. It was just like... And some tips to make your leads more interesting, especially with Serum. Put one an octave up and then just slide it down. And if yours doesn't slide, just go in here and turn up the portamento. So yeah, I just put like one an octave up right here, and then right here, and then way up here. So I just kind of added onto this like basic bass line, and I created this right here. For effects on that, I just had a 7th heaven. I used a London plate preset. Make sure to turn down this thing to like that much right there. That's your decay time. And then just turn up the low cut a little bit. And then I just turn this down to like a little more than halfway, you know? It sounds more like parallel mixing as opposed to just like fruity reverb type thing. And then I just added an infinity EQ. Always make sure to cut like around the 300 hertz range right here. It really removes any kind of muddiness. And I just did that 300 hertz cut again with just another EQ right here. On my master right here, you can see how I put like a 300 hertz curve right here, you know what I'm saying? Because it really helps. And I just moved this in just a little bit because it was a little bit too wide. So yeah, next thing I did was I just found this bass from Serum that I just kind of made by picking through these presets. So you want something really thick and unique, you know what I'm saying? Like... My go-to preset in Serum is the liquid neuro, so let me just like reset my setting. First thing I did was I just turned this all the way down, because if I don't, it sounds like this. And then I went into here, I think it was this one right here. Yeah, and then I turned up the attack just a little bit, because there was a click. That's how I made the bass preset. So yeah, I just put down this bass pattern. It's really simple, it just follows the root notes, and it's basically just kind of like an 808 pattern. So with the lead, it sounds like this right here. For effects on that bass, I just had a fruity fast Dist. It was one of these presets right here. Tip with fruity fast Dist to make it sound a lot better is just select any preset in here. I don't mess with any of these settings. Turn the mix level down until it sounds good. And then I just had like a 240 hertz peak. And then I just kind of removed some lower mid frequencies. So after that, I found like a really thin lead. That was the A Bit of Luck lead. So yeah, I just ticked in this pattern right here. And yeah, I really took advantage of the slide with this one. Started out like this, where I just kind of like pitched it up twice. And there's a huge slide right here, which is what I really like. Just something catchy and slightly repetitive that's just not annoying. Copied all this over, and then just kind of change this part and then this part. For effects, just a 7th heaven, and then just an infinity EQ. Huge cut to like 860 hertz. And again, I just moved that just a little bit mono because it was a little bit too wide. And then just to fill up some mids, I got one more lead. It was one of Synthetics kits. It was the bass lead right here. And you can see this almost exclusively follows the root notes. If I somehow haven't made it clear in this tutorial that I really want you to turn stuff up an octave, please do that. Because I was feeling creative today, I added like this little like bleepy lead. It's It's just an accent pretty much. So yeah, pretty heavy on effects. I had an effects rack with just a tremolator just to add like a little rhythm to it. Then just an EQ to take out some lows, and then an Effectrix with like a little tape stop, and then just a reverb, and then one more EQ. So I wanted like a wub or something, you know what I'm saying? So I just added this. And it sounds pretty garbage soloed, but like it sounds really good in the mix. So yeah, that kind of looked like this right here. There's some kind of weird dark wobble. It's really automated right here. See, I was just a tiny bit off beat, so I just kind of rendered it out into this right here, and I just shifted it aside. So I wanted there to be a stop right here, like a tape stop, and then it just resumes back into the sample. I just automated all the reverb to turn off right here by just right clicking on this and then create automation clip, and then I just kind of like turned it off right there. So I did that on every single sound that had a reverb on it, and then I went to the master right here. I added a D-Blue tape stop. It's a free VST. I turned the D-click down. So basically this slowdown right here is how fast it slows down. So like the lower you have it, the longer the tape stop is going to be. And the trigger right here, if it goes past 50%, then the tape stop will actually work. So what you're going to want to do is turn it to 0, create automation clip right here, and then when you want it to tape stop, bring it up to 100 right here, and it'll take effect. So that's how I made that. At the very end, I just messed with the pitch because, you know, it could always sound better pitch down or up. So I just added a wave sound shifter, push it down 1 semitone right here. Alright, so onto the drums. Let me start breaking this down. Y'all know I just dragged the loop in right here, and then I found an 808 that sounded really cool. Like, I found on some random website. I'll link it in the description. You can buy like individual sounds like this for like $1.50. It's pretty cool. And yeah, I just laid out this 808 pattern. I did a quick slide right on the very first 808. And it just follows the root notes, of course. And then right here on the tape stop, I just added like a really high one right here, and then just a slide all the way down here in this weird little thing right here. It's just an octave, and this is an octave up right here. So after that, I had this double clap snare thing in here. It's the click clap right here that I just put reverb and an EQ on right here. And then you want something to fill up the mids. And then you want something to fill up the low end. So you combine them all and you get this right here. The first clap was from the official dark spin drum kit. The second clap, also the official dark spin drum kit. Third snare here was, yeah. So next I just had the hi-hats. Oh, what do you know? Yep, it's just a 2-step hi-hat pattern. Very, very fascinating. I found this weird hi-hat right here. That was also from the dark spin drum kit. So for effects on that, I just had an Effectrix. And this is where all the sauce came in. And all I did to get this was I just randomly pressed this button right here, like baseline basher right here. So I just took out everything, all of this right here, except just the stretch, the reverse, and then the delay. Oh yeah, I also changed this to 1/8, by the way. After that, I just added a stereo enhancer, turn this knob to right here, which actually spreads it out, and then make sure to turn this to pre, because if you don't, it won't actually work. So you're going to want to turn the stereo separation down just a little bit, because if you don't, it's going to be a little too wide, and that's kind of unprofessional in my opinion, because it creates like phasing issues. And yeah, it's just a can of worms you really don't want to open. And then just an EQ. So yeah, after that, I just had a kick, find a really thumpy one, but that was just a Mob Ties kit by Cash Money AP and Foreign Tech. Well, if you're paying attention to the 808, we've got this slide right here. We've all had it happen before. Like, the kick just doesn't sound good on high 808s. How to fix that is just move it up right here. It sounds way better because the wavelength changes and it becomes in phase. Another way to get rid of it is by going in here and clicking reverse polarity right here. It switches the waveform so it won't like clash with the 808. But in this case, it was actually out of phase if I switched it on all the other notes except that one note. So I just kind of went with this method right here. I had a fast dist on that, just the same technique with the bass and the loop. I just picked a random preset. I didn't touch any of these settings right here, and I just turned it down just to about that much right there. Fruity soft clipper on that, because if I turned it off, it just hits way too hard. That's cool and all, but it's too loud. So I just kind of turned it down a little bit. Finally, I just added this hi-hat loop in here. So I thought that was pretty dope. I found that from Trap Essentials Volume 2. So I'm gonna just link some of these live loops in the description for you guys. I threw an Effectrix on right here. I just randomly clicked this button right here until it gave me some kind of weird preset. And then just an EQ, of course. And then right here, I added like a little volume duck because it sounded kind of weird when the kick hits on it. So I just turned it down just a little bit. And then I just had this reverse kick in here. I just found a random kick. It was the Dior kick for my drum kit. I use this one because it's a little longer than your average kick. And all I did was I just click reverse right here. The very last thing I had in here was this Perc. It just hits when the whole thing drops. I found that in the official Dark Spin kit. It was a Perc 2. That's the entire beat, man. And then I just kind of made the weird little reverb intro thing. So yeah, how you make this, select one part of your beat. So let me just take this right here and then move it over right here. Add a D blue tape stop on, and we're gonna move the slow down to just 0 because I want it to take the longest time possible to slow down. We're gonna move the D click to like something low. It doesn't matter, just not 0. And then we're gonna turn the trigger to 0, create an automation clip. You're gonna drag it down and just move it to 100% right here. So now we're just gonna set to 0, and whenever you play, it'll turn on. Play with the slowdown some. If you want it faster, just move it up. So open the Edison after the tape stop. And then you're gonna wanna change your settings to on input, turn the recording on, press play. So now we have the actual tape stop recorded. Click on this button down here and drag it in. So now we can delete all this. And yeah, since I already have one right here, let me just delete this. You just want to reverse it like that. And then what I did is I put a soft clipper on because when it merges right here, it's gonna like clip. And then a reverb. I use the drum reverb. So I just went to the drum room right here, tweak the settings, and then I just added a mix level right here. And I just kind of rolled it off. So yeah, that's the entire beat. So yeah, if you got something from this tutorial, please let me know in the comments and let me know what you guys want to see next. So yeah, till next time.
TRIFREEZE.